matched with someone via computer that you know you weren't compatible with at all? I had, and if you look at us two, we were both very different individuals. Well, I have a feeling that it wasn't necessarily the MBTI or Myers-Briggs test inventory. It was one of us must have made different answers on the test as to who we want to be and not really who we really are. Roommates all over the College of Worcester right now are starting to have problems with their roommate. Well, in order to solve this problem, we need to convince students to answer truthfully on the Myers-Briggs personality test. That way, not many roommate problems will occur. First, I will talk about how roommate incompatibility can disappear. What are, what unintentional dishonesty by students are put down on this test, the benefits of answering for yourself, and why we shouldn't necessarily get rid of the Myers-Briggs personality test, but will make it better. You know, people don't, like I said before, people don't answer honestly on the Myers-Briggs test. Look at me, I'm goofy, I got my Scooby-Doo tie on, I like to have a little fun, and like, maybe I sort of messed up. Maybe I messed up on the Myers-Briggs, because I wondered how it was paired with this former roommate. I had an email interview with an admissions officer, and I asked her questions such as, what are typical questions to Myers-Briggs, when was it installed, and why was it installed? She then referred me to Dean Crocker to answer some of these questions. Some typical questions you see, they're very general, and you know, they're kind of hard to answer. And also, the Myers-Briggs test was installed to pair roommates better, and it was installed 8 years ago. Now, I also interviewed a couple students, Steph Newber and Ralph Gunn, about their freshman year roommates. Steph's issue was privacy, and of course, privacy is a big issue. Like, her roommate was getting serious with her boyfriend, and Steph didn't really appreciate that because she wasn't aware of what was happening. And Ralph, well, he had a mentally unstable roommate, so to speak, and it made them wonder how they were paired, and also made me wonder how they were paired. And also, Halloween weekend, I was at Kent State University with my friend, and we were talking, we were in a room watching a movie, and all of a sudden we hear this noise, and it's getting louder and louder and louder. So we open the door, and we see this fight happening. Like, and then we look down, and we see that weave, if you all don't know what weave is, it's the hair extensions. It was everywhere in the hallway. So I just look at my friend, and I go, how were they paired together? And she said, they took the Myers-Briggs personality test. So you can see, it doesn't work everywhere. So someone must have put down different answers than they were, you know, than they wanted to. And as you saw with me, like, everyone like came out of their room and was looking. So it doesn't only affect the people that are in the roommate situation, it affects everyone around. And earlier this year, like, people were coming up to me telling me that my room was the powder keg of Compton, meaning that we were going to explode if someone didn't do something right away. And my interviewees told me that their grades suffered because of this. And, I mean, it already adds to an already hectic workload. It also leads to problems with recruiting. We never know when a prospective student is staying in. And if that student is staying with roommates that have situations going on, then that could turn them away. Now, not everyone is mismatched by the Myers-Briggs personality test, but it gets in the way of a better campus. Now, we need to use MBTI correctly. Be truthful in your answers to who you really are when you put down these answers. Describe your ideal roommate, describe your pet peeves, and describe your personality. Have an escape plan if you have a bad roommate, and you can leave in order to reduce the stress. My plan will help fix this problem by pairing compatible people together. My plan will fix this problem by eliminating indifference in the College of Worcester. And I know my plan will fix this problem because if we answer to who we really are on this test, better chemistry will come between all students at the College of Worcester. Now, some of you may be asking, does the Myers-Briggs personality test do a good job at pairing similar people? Because a lot of people get along with their roommates. Well, with me, my roommate and I didn't get along so well. I mean, he brought back girls without even telling me. There was bad communication. And, you know, it may have been similar answers to test questions that pair us together, but it's not those similar answers. It's personality. And personality is key. And if you like the way the Myers-Briggs test pairs you, great. Stick with your roommate. I'm sure he or she's a great person. And what does it matter to who you want to be or who you really are as long as you answer the question? It's just a test, right? Well, if you want more bad situations around the campus, then be my guest, half-ass it. It's your decision. Now, some of you may be asking, why not get rid of Myers-Briggs personality tests completely? Well, random pairing could really backfire, and like life, we need a system to keep us rolling. The atmosphere will be better, the grades will be better, and more people will make connections that'll connect them for life. We need to roll with my plan for the College of Worcester students. Now, I have talked to you about the unintentional dishonesty by students put down on the MBTI. I've talked to you about the ways roommate incompatibility can disappear. I've talked about the benefits of answering for yourself and not for who you want to be, and why we shouldn't get rid of the MBTI, but make it better. So I said, talk to the deans, talk to the admission staff, and tell them how having compatible roommates make College of Worcester a better place. And tell them to talk to the prospective students and tell them to take this test seriously so they can be paired with a good roommate. And if you're having roommate problems, talk to the RAs, talk to the ARDs, and talk to the deans about what you can do. I did, and I moved in with a good guy. And it's not your fault if you're paired wrong. It's the dishonest answers one of you put down because, you thought you were someone you were not. Now, if anything you get out of the speech, I want to be the fact that no one should be uncomfortable in their room and everyone should have a good experience at the College of Worcester. Any questions?
Yeah, how do you get the prospectives to take this seriously and to answer honestly?
She asked, how do we get the perspectives to take this test and get them to answer seriously and honestly? Well, you simply just tell them that in order to avoid room situations, you need to answer for yourself so you can be put with a similar student with a similar personality. Ian?
Did you get any, did you talk to anybody who didn't answer the test? What am I trying to say? Did you talk to anyone who didn't answer the test the way truthfully?
Not that I know of. I mean, they could have, but, we'll never know.
I learned from like my experience back home, like if you answered dishonestly and you say like I'm really messy, so I told them I was really tidy because I knew two messy people in one room was really bad. So I thought like your roommate was the complete opposite of me, but it's great because like she cleans everything. And, she studies a lot, so like it encourages me to study because I don't study a lot. So yeah, it worked out really well for me.
We talked to a lot of other people that have had troubles with their roommates on campus.
Yes. It's just, I don't know what it is, but I guess it's just that time of year when people are just starting to like notice their problems and maybe notice people's flaws. And everyone has flaws, but you know, I mean, if it gets to the point where it's not even livable, then there might be a need for a separation. Ian? Or, sorry, Taylor. My fault.
If you had to guess, would you say that the majority of people who fill out the MBTI are placed with a good compatible roommate, or would you say the majority are placed with a bad compatible?
I'd honestly say that a majority are placed with a good portion of it because, you know, everyone wants to get along, everyone wants to be with a good roommate, and, you know, I mean, there's always that actually huge minority that, you know, sometimes creates a problem.
You basically focused on like the blaming like the MBTI, but did you like consider other reasons behind it? I know that a lot of like being recruited here, that a lot of the times our coaches said like you'll be roomed with another football player, another athlete. I don't know if like admissions people group athletes together. I know that a lot of football players go together, a lot of baseball players, but I roomed with a baseball player. We got along for 2 good years, and we just went our separate ways this year. You being hockey, your roommate being a football player, and athletes, did you kind of blame not only the MBTI but kind of like admissions, whoever else is in charge?
I guess, I mean, I don't like putting blame on people, but, you know, there's gotta be like something to it, and like the first thing I looked at was the MBTI. And I'll take one more question, Jake.
My question was just on kind of Tyler's, was do you think the MBTI and admissions focuses more on similar interests or similar personalities, or do you think they actually do a good combination of both?
I have a feeling that it focused more on interests because, I mean, my roommate and I at the time were similar people, athletic, like to work out, had similar political backgrounds, and just the personality was off. Thank you very much.